Hey everyone, and welcome to the next video in the series. The first thing I want to cover in this video is something very important. It's the external store, which you can see the link to it up here, and I'll put it in the video description as well. The external or third-party store, as it's called, is just way better than the store that's in-game. The reason why is because the external store offers all the same deals as the in-game store, except it has some additional ones in there as well. You still unlock all of the VIP bonuses and cumulative bonuses and daily bonuses, everything that you would get from the in-game store. You get all of that from the external store, and you also get, if I can remember where the button is, I think it's this button right here. Yeah, you also get these additional rewards from the external store. So the external store has more choices, it gives you more rewards, and it gives you everything that the in-game store gives you. So basically, you're just completely missing out if you're not using the external store. It's better in every way. So yeah, the video to get to the external store will be in the link. Make sure you link your account and probably set up a password as well. And then you should just use the external store from now on for everything because it is just flat out better than the in-game store. It gives you more stuff. So with that out of the way, I'm going to dive into the video. So just to give you guys some context for this video, Legion was released yesterday. We don't have Legion Battle yet. Maybe I'll do another video when Legion Battle does come out. So for right now, I'm just going to cover the basic features of Legion and some early controversies about it, and kind of give you my take on them. So one of the first controversies I guess I'll talk about is how much it costs. It costs $100 to start a Legion. You might be like, wow, that's a lot of money. But you should realize that a Legion starts out being able to hold 43 people, and it could eventually, at level 10, hold up to like 70 people. So if you divide $100 across 70, that's like a little less than $1.50 per person. Compared to the other purchase options in the game, $1.50 for the benefits Legion offers is nothing. So on a per person basis, Legion is actually very affordable. The benefits in it are very good. I think the reason why the developers made it cost so much for one person to host it is because the responsibility of running a Legion is really huge. There's a lot of administrative stuff to do, and also you can't be that selfish of a person to run a Legion very well. So I think they kind of want to make sure that whoever actually is running a Legion is someone who's responsible enough to handle it and willing to be committed enough, and so they decided to bunch all that cost into being the person who runs it. That way, hopefully whoever's running the Legion will have enough responsibility and enough commitment to run a Legion well. I don't think they want there to be tons of empty Legions going around because that would make the battle matching a lot more difficult. So in a nutshell, that's why they decided to make it cost that much, and I think it's reasonable. It will be difficult for people who are casual to create a Legion, but you should still hopefully be able to find one to join because there are quite a few. Now I'm in one already. If you were to join a Legion when you're not in one, you'd just go to the Legion ranks and try to join one. But since I'm already in a Legion, when I click this, it'll take me to my Legion like courtyard. And I'm going to describe the different things you can access here. So first there's your quest lists. That's this little blob here in the corner. I can minimize it or maximize it by clicking that. And another way I can access that same thing is by going to the general officer. And then I can see my daily donations that I can do. You want to do your donations every day. I can see my quests that I can do. I've already finished all these. So you want to make sure that you're finishing everything in here and everything in your general officer each day. So that's the basics of like running a Legion, just like the daily contribution stuff that you always want to be doing. I guess first up I'll talk about the roundhouse because this is basically your Legion building. It defines the level of your Legion. So at level 1 you can hold 43 members. The higher level your roundhouse gets, the more members you can fit. It also increases the diamond salary that each member gets. So this is one of the main perks of being in a Legion is every week you'll get your diamond salary. As you can see, it's more diamonds based on how high the level of the Legion is. And there's also other upgrades that can increase the amount of diamonds you get, and having a high position like a champion in the Legion also gives you a little bit of extra diamonds in that salary. So that's the main Legion building. I guess I'll talk about build order while I'm here. The first thing you're going to want to do is create your warrior pillar. The second thing you're going to want to do is create your academy. And the third thing you're going to want to do is upgrade your roundhouse. And that's as far as I've got in terms of mapping it out. I will explain why that's the best build order It's because the trade house is just for using up your contribution points, which you can save up pretty well anyway. So the trade house isn't urgent to be built right away. It is going to be nice. By the way, while I'm talking about the trade house, I don't have mine yet, but I will throw up a screenshot that shows you what's in the trade house. There it is. That's the screenshot that shows you what's in the trade house. So essentially you can use your contribution points to buy any of the items that are available in there. There's paid items and items that you buy with points. They're pretty decent, but the thing is it's not a priority right away. You can unlock this later and buy all those with your stored up points, so it's not really a priority. The reason why the Academy is a priority is because within the Academy, I'm going to the Academy now, there are different researches you can get. And okay, so these are all great things. The strength one, for example, it upgrades all of your advisor stats. And the development ones are great as well. They give you things like, so if you upgrade this, it increases the amount of diamonds everybody gets per week by 50. That seems pretty great, huh? And then there's ones that upgrade the amount of damage you do to the special serpent boss that's available in Legion mode. That's great as well. This increases your dividends, which are a different type of resource that I'll talk about later. So in other words, getting your researches going as soon as possible is pretty important for making sure that you get the most out of Legion. So this is one of the first buildings you want to create. However, I think the very first building you want to create is the Warrior Pillar. And the reason for that is because the devs kind of messed up with the Warrior Pillar. They made it so that there are just an insanely good item available through the Warrior Pillar. I don't even really know how to begin to describe it because there's so much that I could talk about it. But it's kind of beyond the scope of this video, and I feel like the devs are going to patch this anyway, so I'm not going to spend too long talking about it when it's likely to be fixed. But just know that there's a very rare resource card called Tiger Amulets that everyone wants, and everyone wants to be in Legion and to get as many of these as possible. And so, yeah, it just increases your SOV like crazy when you use these in one. I'm not going to go into it with too much detail because I have a feeling that the devs are going to rework it within the next week or so, completely change it. So whatever I say now might not be important. But the main takeaway you should have from this is that the Tiger Amulets are so good, we've had to limit the number that each Legion member can buy of them to 2 per day. The reason why we did that is because otherwise everyone will try to buy the entire stock each day. That's how good they are. And we don't want people to be hoarding them all when everyone wants them. So that's why you get the Warrior Pillar first, is because these are a hot commodity. Everyone wants them, everyone needs them. And the devs kind of messed up. They're way too good, so they have to be reworked. That's all I'm going to say about it for now. But yeah, just know that these are amazing. Everyone's trying to get them, and they're probably going to need to be fixed by the devs. So that's the first building you make, so your people can start fighting over the Tiger Amulets available inside. Second building is your research one. And then third, you want to upgrade your roundhouse. You can start getting more members. Having more members will help your Legion grow faster. At some point, you're going to want to upgrade your storage, your vault, whatever they call it. But honestly, it's not that important early on because early on, all your materials can be used up as you get them anyway. So yeah, this increases your storage capacity, which is great. But in the first week or so, I don't think it's really necessary because you're going to be using up all this stuff before it goes into storage anyway. So yeah, I would say definitely your Academy and your Warrior Pillar and your Roundhouse are things to focus on early on. Eventually you'll add a trade house, and then much later you would add the storage after you get much more developed. Another thing I guess I'll talk about in the Warrior Pillar, this isn't coming yet, but just a heads up that it is coming. So in order to unlock more of these slots, you're going to need these general seals, and they're going to come from the battle. And the combination of the Tiger Amulets and the General Seals are going to add just insane amounts of SOV to whoever has them. And the people who are mainly going to have them are going to be the really high spenders. So this is kind of like the whale area of Legion. It's where the whales go to whale and get stronger than the rest of us by spending a lot of money. So if you're not a big spender, you're probably not going to be able to do as much with this, but still try to pick up as many of these as you're allowed. Because even for low spenders, getting these is amazing. Tiger Amulets, they're just way too good. The last thing to talk about is the area outside. This is called Beast Hill. So there's a couple different things to do here. Basically, these little areas surrounding the Dark Cave Mountain, they're where you do your daily quests. So you just click them and you do them. These little things here are just the areas where you mine some resources. They start with monsters guarding them, so you kill the monster guarding them with an advisor, and then you start mining. You do that once per day. And then you take what you've mined, go to the refining shop, and you take the stuff that you mined and you turn it into a bomb. And then the bomb is what you use to throw at the boss guy. You damage him, and then you claim the rewards for damaging him with your bombs. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It's just a little thing. I mean, I think it might develop more as the Legion gets like further developed by the devs, but right now this is pretty simple. There's not a lot to it. It's just like a little activity area, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So I guess the last thing that I want to briefly talk about before I wrap up this video is the Legion bonus. So there's your salary, like I briefly mentioned earlier. You can see the different things that are increasing my salary. My position as champion is giving me plus 150 per week. Legion level is level 1 right now, which is only 20 per week. And then there are other things that would increase it as well, like there's researches that would increase it. There's Legion level, which is the main building. When you upgrade that, it increases. And if you finish enough of these quests each week, these are weekly quests, then you get these additional rewards, which are great. And then the dividends are these red gems. So when you buy the Tiger Amulets with your regular blue gems, that we're all familiar with, diamonds we call them, then it puts a certain amount of red gems into the pool, and people who have qualified for the pool by doing enough of these quests get some of these red gems. Now, I believe the red gems are going to be a battle resource, so they don't really have much of a purpose right now, but just be aware that doing your weekly quests to make sure that you're eligible for the red gem payout is definitely something that you want to do. And let's see, there's also a title. Where is that at? Okay, so it took me a while to find it, but here on the ranking, you can see the past contribution ranking, and you see the following rewards you can get. So there's titles you can get. You reach each contribution threshold, and the titles come with rewards as well. So right now I've made it to Legion Newcomer, which is 2.5k. It gave me both these, and as you can see, the rewards scale up, and they get pretty awesome as you go down more. You start getting Queen Shards. That's a real nice one. Wow, but you have to get up to 630k for that one. Anyway, it's real nice to get your contribution as high as you can. I'm going to start trying to work on getting mine up higher. I'm ranked 4th right now. That's rookie numbers. I should be able to do better than that. So I'll start working on getting it higher. Just one last thing I'll mention before I close out the video. I didn't really talk too much about which upgrades are the best. So I would ignore the train ones to start out with. The fighter one is okay. You could get maybe 1 level in it during Sov Rush if you want to jump up higher in Sov Rush. But for the most part, you should focus on the development ones to begin with. The first one I would get is the special skill. This just makes you do quite a bit more damage to the beast each round, and it makes it more worthwhile to buy bombs. I think it also leads to letting you get this one. So that's nice. Management and Smart Trader, I'm not sure which one of these is better. I would probably start with Smart Trader after getting the special skill one. Wealth is going to be really good because everybody wants Tiger Amulets. So as you can see, the development rewards are very good. They're definitely what you want to focus on. These are going to give you more Sov during Sov Rush, so you should only research these during Sov Rush. The rest of the time, you should not research these. We researched this one during Sov Rush, but now we're going to leave them alone and we're going to focus on development. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea of what Legion's all about. And if you've got any questions, post them in the video. Post them in the video comments. I'm going to wrap this up for now because it's late. I just want to do a quick video to give everybody an update on what's going on with Legion.